Yeah, because she basically just landed like 20 minutes ago from Washington, D.C., where there was like a foot of snow. So you get extra brownie points, Jen. So today we're talking about some of the trends that we see ahead for 2025. And when it comes to the loyalty space, like, oh my gosh, there's so much disruption that's happening within loyalty and travel rewards. And it used to be so simple, right? Like you would get your points, and then maybe you got to move to the front of the plane by using your loyalty rewards, and then if you got that little credit at the hotel by using your loyalty for spa and dining. But it's like all of that is really becoming a thing of the past, and now it's becoming much more personalized. Capital One Travel, you are like doubling down on this whole idea of travel and loyalty. Can you share with us, what are you doing to up the ante when it comes to loyalty?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think, for us, we've talked about this a lot in terms of how we've entered the travel space generally. Everything for us starts with the customer, right? So it's not just about what exists out there in the world that we want to sort of like replicate or draw on, but really about what do our customers tell us that they care about? What are the types of experiences and services that add value to their lives? And then how can we as a partner go out and build partnerships and experiences that add value to the overall ecosystem? I think for us, it's really important not just to add things that are beneficial for our customers, but also for our partners, so that we're creating a healthy ecosystem overall. And when we entered, the travel space, we talked a lot about that. As we've entered the luxury travel space, that has been a consistent approach as well. And just to highlight a couple of really interesting things that we learned prior to entering the luxury travel space, is that really people's sense of what luxury means has evolved over time. And some of the themes that we heard from our customers are they want this feeling of discovery. They want to feel like they're the first person to post a picture of the great new hotel on their Instagram, so all their friends are jealous. They want a feeling of local and authentic experience, something that's off the beaten path that maybe isn't, so widely known or in line with traditional luxury, but they don't want to sacrifice quality of that experience. They want to know that that experience is still going to meet the very high bar that they have. And so when we set out to enter luxury travel with the creation of the Premier Collection and Lifestyle Collection, we really said, okay, we need to make sure that as we're building these collections, we're building them in a way that's actually going to meet what we see as an evolving customer approach or customer need and desire for how they experience these programs. And so we went out and curated a really specific set of properties to go to market with that met sort of those needs that were a bit different maybe than what you might see from some of our competitors.
Yeah, so you're really prioritizing experiences, but we still want the high thread count on our sheets, right?
Yeah. I mean, everyone wants local, but not scary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I've heard, and I know we've done an article recently with you, and you talked about this idea of long tail travel when it comes to luxury travel. Talk to us about what that means for you and what,
Yeah, when we think about the long tail of luxury, I think it's really about helping people kind of push the boundaries of experiencing things that are outside of what you think of as traditional luxury. We think about how do we make sure that we're building a connected travel journey from end to end. How do we make sure that from the moment of booking, people know that they're getting the best deal? We have tools like price prediction and things like that built into our travel portal, so that even if you're booking that first class ticket, maybe you're not the most price sensitive customer, I think you still want to feel like you're getting a fair deal, that you're booking at the right time, and that you're not sort of overpaying for that experience. Then when customers are in transit, we've built our network of Capital One lounges and landings to provide a little bit of a relaxation moment during what can be one of the most stressful times of travel, which is your time in the airport. And then in destination, we have our Premier Collection and Lifestyle Collection, both hotels and resorts, and then we've also recently expanded into vacation rentals. So I think when I think about long tail of luxury, for us, I really think about connecting each stage of the journey, meeting the customer where they are, and building out a kind of ecosystem of benefits and experiences to help those customers, enjoy their lives and have a really rewarding experience with Capital One.
So I want to unpack that the villa rental part.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting space. Sometimes we don't think of it as a highly a high-end luxury opportunity. Why did you get into the luxury rental space, and how do you use it as a point of difference?
Yeah, for us, I think, look, we saw a real opportunity and gap in the market and thought, hey, I think that we could step into this space with a product here that customers will be really excited about. The way that people travel has changed a lot, particularly post-COVID. And while it is still hard to beat an incredible hotel experience, sometimes when you're traveling with your family or you're traveling with groups or you want to bring your pets along, it's practical to want to have a little bit more space to be able to spread out. But I think the thing that the vacation rental market has really struggled with, particularly at the high end, maybe not at the very, very top of the market where you have more curated kind of high-end villa rental companies, but in that sort of next tier down, the vacation rental market has struggled a little bit to make sure that customers can meet that their experience can meet that quality bar that customers had. If you think about what we talked about earlier, people want authentic, they want local, they want a sense of discovery, but quality still is really important. And the vacation rental market, I think to date, has really struggled to provide that consistency of experience and sort of demonstrate that that people can have certainty that the property that they book is going to meet that quality bar. And so when we added vacation rentals to our Premier Collection and Lifestyle Collection, we went out and sourced partnerships with leading vacation rental companies and property managers who provide a service standard that we felt like would meet what our customers need. And they vet and curate all of the homes, all of the destinations, and then they also provide on-property servicing. So things like house cleaning, making sure that linens and things like that are provided and at a standard that we feel good about. And then the thing that I think is relatively unique about our vacation rentals collection is that we do provide an on-property credit for you to use during your stay that you can use towards things like having your fridge stocked before your arrival, or booking a private chef to come into your home, or an in-home massage, whatever really you need to make your vacation better. And I think that is pretty unique in this space.
Yeah, totally. I love that. A stocked fridge when you get there, right? How
Nobody
cool is
wants to unload your kids and schlep your dog's stuff in and all the things and then go to the grocery store, and then come back and bring all the groceries into the house. So not that I'm speaking from personal experience.
No, not at all. I'm with you. I want to just pivot a little bit into the actual airport. I'm in an airport almost every other week, and it seems like there's a lounge war going on. There's a lot of lounges, but I just saw or read about the opening of the Ronald Reagan Washington.
Our Capital One landing.
National Lounge, and that's kind of cool that you have José Andrés as who is a Michelin-starred chef and humanitarian, and how'd you get him? And then and is he there cooking for us? No, I'm only kidding. What is the concept behind that? Is this something that is we're going to see more of from Capital One?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, for us, it's not about going out and replicating things that exist in the market. It's about really understanding for our customers, what are the pain points when you travel? What are the characteristics of the environment that you're in that we, should be solving for, or experiences we can elevate and make better? And so as we opened our first lounge in Dallas in 2021. Since then, we've also opened Dulles in Denver. When we were looking at real estate opportunities in DCA and LaGuardia, which has a forthcoming landing, we looked at what does the traffic look like in this airport, right? In Denver and Dallas, for example, you have a lot of layover traffic, right? So you have people who often have 2 to 3 hours to kill, or they're coming off of a long international flight. They need some place that has a little bit more of a space that's intended for long stay. But you think about DCA and LaGuardia, people spend 20, 30 minutes in those airports, right? They're all origin destination traffic. Most of it is pretty local and regional. And so they're kind of breezing through on their way to their destination. And so we were like, gosh, it doesn't feel right to put a traditional kind of flagship lounge in this space. Airport dining definitely feels like a place where there's opportunity for improvement. What could we do here that would be really cool and really different and really unique that could allow our customers to have an incredible culinary experience, right in the heart of the terminal, close to your gates, so that you don't feel like you have to sort of trek halfway around the airport to be and up 6 elevators and all of that to get to the lounge. And so we came up with the concept of a landing. And we have an existing partnership with José Andrés on our Capital One dining program. We've done a lot of incredible events with Chef and his team over the years. In fact, last year we did a cardholder trip to Spain with him, where he sort of took people around to different restaurants and stuff that was really incredible. And so we started talking to him about what would it take to get him excited about airports, and what could we do together in the airport space. And he was a little reluctant. I think there are a lot of chefs over the years that have licensed their names to be used in airport restaurants, and he didn't feel like sort of that the quality of that experience was always holding up to the promise of using his name. And so he was adamant that he would do it, but only if he could be very involved in every step of the process, and his team could be very involved in every step of the process. So in the landing, we use his purveyors that service many of his restaurants that provide products from Spain. We have a chef that came over from Spain that has worked in José Andrés restaurants for many years, and a general manager as well. And I think it has really created a very elevated dining experience. We're really excited about it. The customer response has been great. We just had a customer the other day, we go through the NPS surveys all the time, who said that the food was better than anything that they'd even had in Spain when they lived in Spain. So we were pretty excited about that.
Wow, that's really very cool.
I mean, it's high praise. I don't know where they were eating in Spain, so I don't know where their quality bar was, but for us it was a good indicator that we're headed in the right direction, and I think we have an experience that we're really, really proud of.
Yeah, that's super cool. Do you see yourself doing more tie-ups with other chefs?
I think TBD. We're about 8 weeks into our first landing opening, and so I think we want to make sure that it is really a concept that continues to resonate with customers. And as we evaluate other airport real estate opportunities, we'll sort of see how that comes to life. It really is about what do customers traveling in that airport want and need, and how can we bring something very, very unique to life. So.
Well, it seems like you certainly nailed it with that one. I have so many more questions, but we've run out of time. So thank you so much, Jenn, for battling and getting here.
It was worth it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, of course.